Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the bizarre and often terrifying world of North Korea's laws and customs. This is a country shrouded in secrecy, where the government exerts an iron grip on every aspect of its citizens' lives. From strange regulations to the fearsome reputation of its leader, we'll uncover what makes this country so unique and why its citizens live in constant fear. We're talking about a place where even the most basic freedoms we take for granted, like choosing your own hairstyle or listening to your favorite music, are tightly controlled by the state. So, if you're ready to have your perceptions of reality challenged, stick around. Our first stop on this unsettling tour of North Korea takes us inside the homes of everyday citizens. The government requires every household to prominently display portraits of the nation's past leaders, Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and Kim Jong-un. It's not just a suggestion, it's the law. These aren't tasteful black and white portraits. They're large, full color, and often intimidating images that seem to follow your every move. There are specific regulations on how these portraits need to be displayed: clean, free from dust, and spotless. Failing to do so can have serious consequences, including potential imprisonment. This isn't just about respect, it's about control, ensuring the Kim dynasty is omnipresent in the lives of North Koreans. This constant visual reminder of the regime's power is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the strange and often oppressive laws that govern life in North Korea. Stay tuned, because things are about to get even weirder. In today's hyper-connected world, imagine a life without the internet. For most of us, that sounds like a nightmare, but for the citizens of North Korea, it's just another Tuesday. North Korea has one of the most tightly controlled information environments in the world. Access to the internet is essentially non-existent for the vast majority of the population. Instead, they have a heavily censored intranet, Kwangmyong, offering a carefully curated selection of state-approved websites. Making international calls is also strictly prohibited, isolating citizens from the outside world. The government justifies these restrictions under the guise of protecting its citizens from dangerous foreign influences, but it's all about control. By limiting access to information, the regime can control the narrative, shape public opinion, and maintain its grip on power. Let's talk fashion, or rather, the lack thereof in North Korea. The government dictates not just what you can wear, but how you can style your hair. Forget about expressing your individuality through fashion. It's all about conformity. Jeans, for example, are considered a symbol of Western imperialism and are strictly forbidden. The government also dictates acceptable hairstyles, with men having a limited selection of state-approved haircuts, and women encouraged to emulate the hairstyles of the leaders' wives. These restrictions go beyond mere aesthetics. They are about suppressing individuality and forcing people to conform to a rigid standard that reinforces the regime's control. It's a stark reminder that even the most personal forms of self-expression are not immune to the long arm of the North Korean government. Music, that universal language, that source of joy, comfort, and rebellion. In North Korea, the only tunes you'll hear are those approved by the supreme leader himself. Listening to foreign music is a serious offense, with punishments ranging from hefty fines to imprisonment. The government views foreign music as a dangerous influence that could corrupt the minds of its citizens. Instead, North Koreans are fed a steady diet of patriotic anthems, military marches, and propaganda-filled pop songs extolling the virtues of the regime. This draconian control over music is another example of the regime's efforts to isolate its citizens from the outside world. By limiting exposure to different cultures and ideas, the government can maintain its grip on power and prevent any potential dissent. It's a stark reminder of the power of music as a tool for free expression and the lengths to which authoritarian regimes will go to suppress it. For many people around the world, religion provides comfort, guidance, and a sense of community. In North Korea, such freedoms are about as rare as a self-deprecating joke from a dictator. North Korea officially embraces atheism, and the government actively suppresses all forms of religious practice. Possessing religious materials, such as Bibles or Buddhist scriptures, is strictly forbidden and can result in severe punishment. The regime views religion as a threat to its authority, a competing ideology that could undermine its grip on power. This systematic suppression of religious belief is a clear violation of human rights, and a stark reminder of the lengths to which the North Korean government will go to control the thoughts and beliefs of its people. Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, is a city of striking contradictions. It's a meticulously planned metropolis designed to project an image of prosperity and progress. But beneath this carefully curated facade lies a darker reality, one where access is strictly controlled and only the most loyal and obedient citizens are granted the privilege of living within its borders. Living in Pyongyang is not a right, but a privilege, tightly controlled by the government. Citizens require special permission from the authorities to live in Pyongyang, and the selection process is rigorous and often arbitrary. Pyongyang is essentially a giant Potemkin village, a carefully curated illusion designed to impress outsiders and mask the true realities of life for most North Koreans. This two-tiered system is a stark reminder of the inequalities that pervade North Korean society. In many countries, criticizing the government is considered a healthy part of a functioning democracy. But in North Korea, criticizing the government isn't just frowned upon, it's a one-way ticket to a world of hurt. Freedom of speech, as we understand it, is non-existent in North Korea. Criticizing the regime, its leaders, or its policies, even in private conversations, can have dire consequences. Punishments for even the slightest hint of criticism can range from public shaming and forced labor to imprisonment in one of the country's notorious political prisons. This climate of fear and repression effectively silences any form of opposition and allows the regime to maintain its iron grip on power. Imagine a world where skipping a company picnic could land you in serious trouble. In North Korea, that's the reality when it comes to state-organized events. Participation is not optional, it's mandatory, and failing to show the proper enthusiasm can have serious consequences. The North Korean government orchestrates a series of mass rallies, parades, and performances designed to glorify the regime and its leaders. Attendance at these events is not a choice, it's an obligation. Citizens are expected to participate with enthusiasm, and any sign of reluctance or dissent can be interpreted as disloyalty, punishable by law. These mass gatherings are essentially a form of state-sponsored coercion, a way for the regime to enforce conformity and demonstrate its absolute control over its citizens. For many of us, the freedom to travel is something we cherish, but for the citizens of North Korea, such freedoms are nothing more than a distant dream. North Korea has one of the most restrictive travel policies in the world. Ordinary citizens are essentially prisoners within their own country, unable to move freely within its borders, let alone travel abroad. The government tightly controls all internal movement, requiring citizens to obtain permission to travel between provinces or even visit family in other cities. Emigration and defection are considered acts of treason, punishable by death. This level of control over movement is a blatant violation of human rights and a stark reminder of the lengths to which the North Korean government will go to isolate its citizens from the outside world. In North Korea, the fear of the government permeates every aspect of daily life. North Koreans are taught from a young age to revere their leaders as godlike figures, infallible and deserving of absolute obedience. The consequences of disobedience, real or perceived, are severe and swift, ranging from imprisonment and torture to disappearance and even public execution. This climate of fear is so pervasive that it has become ingrained in the very fabric of North Korean society. People live in a constant state of self-censorship, knowing that even a whisper of dissent could have dire consequences for themselves and their families. The North Korean government understands the power of fear and uses it ruthlessly to maintain its grip on power. So there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the strange and often terrifying world of North Korea's laws and customs. It's a country where the government exerts an iron grip on every aspect of its citizens' lives, from what they wear and the music they listen to their ability to travel and even their very thoughts. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And be sure to let us know in the comments which law or custom you found the strangest. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and most importantly, stay free.